My movie review for The Apprentice, 2024, directed by Ali Abbasi and starring Sebastian Stan Jeremy Strong, Maria Bakalova and Charlie Carrick. The film follows a young Donald Trump as he attempts to build his business empire and is mentored by Roy Cohen, a ruthless and controversial lawyer.
Sebastian Stan imbues the figure of Trump with a pathetic gravitas which fits the film's depiction of Trump as a tragic yet compelling figure. The poster is performative and is a mask hiding an extremely ambitious but ultimately fragile, deluded ego. Sebastian Stan conveys these engrossing complexities of the character with ease, demonstrating his range and stepping out of the brooding, heroic shadow of his Marvel character, Bucky Barnes, in the process. Stan is also to be commended for capturing the character as written on the page, capturing the script's portrait of Trump rather than trying to mimic the real-life individual. Instead, capturing and displaying the character's emotional conflict as seen in the film's narrative. An approach which, while demonstrating great range and restraint, as well as a certain subtle cinematic virtuosity on the part of Sebastian Stan, is unfortunately unlikely to win any Oscars, as the Academy seems to prefer mimicry and complete and utter transformation, where portrayals of real-life figures are concerned. Nonetheless, Stan's efforts are to be commended as an utterly engrossing display of screen acting that at once entrances and repels the audience. Jeremy Strong inhabits the character of Roy Cohen, conveying his ruthlessness, rhetorical contradictions, and malevolent charm. Demonstrates not only his command of the screen, but also the seductive and fragile nature of power, which the character of Roy Cohen embodies within the narrative. Maria Bakalova gives a beguiling performance as Ivana Trump, being at once intelligent, seductive, and vulnerable, and proving herself to be a enchanting screen presence. Capturing the character's surprising strength and wisdom. The script by Gabriel Shulman creates an entertaining narrative that gives us glimpses into and uses Trump's biography to explore themes of power, greed, and patriotism, with dialogue generally consisting of meditations on these themes as characters discuss how to best succeed in this corrupt world in which they find themselves. In the process, demonstrating their philosophies, hopes, dreams, and fears, as well as the gap between the actions. In the end, this is a script more concerned with character and theme, and using its characters to explore these issues, wisely eschewing the conventional cradle to grave biopic structure in favor of painting a compelling portrait of both Cohen and Trump that keeps the audience riveted, focuses on Trump's rise or descent into corruption. The film definitely taking the latter view. Of Trump's trajectory, while also meditating on the aforementioned themes and the impact of these two men on America's modern political landscape. The film also deftly incorporates sly nods and winks to Trump's future presidential run, while never losing sight of the portrait it's painting or the themes it's addressing. Direction by Ali Abbasi is immersive and subtle yet striking. Blending documentary style direction with striking use of formal technique. He accomplishes this through handheld camera work and more formal cinematic language such as zooms, dollies and close-ups to create a striking and visually stimulating film that plants you in the world. New York of the 70s and 80s, which the film captures perfectly. Thanks to adopting different visual styles for each era. That reflects the visual style of both the 70s, adopting a celluloid film grain look, which evokes the films of that era, and the videotape camcorder look for the 80s. Cinematic filters not only give each decade their own distinct visual style, helping to differentiate them, but also cleverly reference the cinema of those respective eras and immerse the audience in the world of Trump through subtle yet distinctive camera work, which is a treat for the eyes and envelops the audience from beginning to end, visually guiding them through this world of corrupt splendor. In conclusion, for me, this movie is a must-watch. With its immersive direction, period-specific visuals, and dynamic camera work, its great performances that at once compel and repulse, and its exploration of the themes of power, corruption, greed, ego, and patriotism. And I highly urge you to check it out in cinemas now if you haven't already.